Orientation seems to be working. I think. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but we're gonna go with it. Alright, so this is Whimsical Whiskers. That's his stage name. Isn't he the cutest? So he's by far one of our top 10 cutest cat clients. Literally pulled from a rescue, so you just never know what you're gonna get when you go to a rescue, right? Including these beautiful purebreds, right? Yeah. So his tongue is permanently out. That's one of the adorable features that Whisker has. Okay. Anyway, his service request is the Velvet Liger. There's a few different lengths for the Velvet. One is the 7F, which is literally the length of Velvet. And then you can go a little bit longer. You use the 4F, right? That'll get you a little bit of a longer length. It is a blade cut, but it gives you the same length as a comb cut, right? Are we not doing that? He's like, no. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Alright, we're a little sensitive. Like just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Alrighty then. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. The little dome action. There. There. You're so cute. Are we sculpting cheeks? Maybe. Maybe. Do a couple little cute little cheeks. Little cheek action. Don't be so sensitive. He's like, I can't help it, it tickles. Okay. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. He's like, I'm sensitive. All right. Not helping. She's like, am I supposed to help? Be nice. Be nice. There. Cute little cheeks. There. Alright, everything else is staying. And then we're going to take the body down. We're doing a velvet. We're doing the longer option, which is the 4, right, instead of the 7. See how that goes through the coat. See what it does. And go from there. Yeah, it's going through. We'll probably blend the 7 into the 4. Alrighty. So, Whimsical Whiskers gets the velvet, 7 velvet in the summertime. And then we're going to go into the longer 4 velvet, which is the number on the blade. Okay. See, this comb attachment is an orange. Yeah. So we're going to do that in reverse on top of that 4 to give you an idea of the length of the 4 leaves, right? Alright, where is the old mane? There. I guess. Somewhere there. Somewhere right around there. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, let's do this one instead. Sorry. There. There. Now, let's get you on your bed. Do your tricky bits. He's going to get perfect paws and all of his legs trimmed down. There we go. Ready, steady, here we go. Wham, wham. Good, Eddie. 7 are the sanitary clip. That girl. All right, perfect pause. Waka waka. Yep. Hello. I don't know why my sound's not working. Who's that? Hello. Wait. Switch you on your back a little bit. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hi. How are you? Okay. Oh, the little booty. No sudden movements there, little one. Oh, there, we finally got sound. Hello. You can't be doing these sudden movements there, buddy. No, that's not conducive. It's not conducive. No. No. It's not conducive. To what, lady? To you being able to have a safe grooming. Yes, compliant. That is a word used in the cat grooming industry to indicate a cat who is working with the groomer, who's not really resisting, right, too much, right? So the fact that the person who just commented used the word compliant means they know a little something about the cat grooming industry, right? Am I correct? Am I correct there, Francesca? Alright, now at this point, we're going to switch over to the 7 and blend the undercarriage. Make that a little bit shorter. Mm-hmm. Got it. Is that what they said your friend's cats were? Compliant? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You mean they got loose? They got loose in the cat grooming salon? Well, that's not good. Hi, hi. Meow, meow. Do you know what happens when a cat gets loose in a cat grooming salon? They release all of their adrenaline into their bloodstream, and then they get pumped up. It kind of destroys or taints the whole grooming for the cat and the groomer, right? So what's the one thing you never do is let a cat. They were right on top of holding it down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so if you let the cat loose, if they get away and get loose, their body just instinctively starts pumping adrenaline through their whole body to help them escape, right? And then they get pumped up. Not good, right? Not good. It's like, I'm leaving. I've had enough of your shenanigans, lady. Really? You've had enough of mine? Well, we haven't even gotten started yet there, little one. We really haven't gotten started. So easy stuff, easy peasy stuff. That. So we did the 4 on the body, and then we're blending the 7 into the undercarriage. Waka waka. No. No, 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 no. Yeah, his tail is pretty spectacular. It's spectacular. Can you believe he was found in the rescue? Hey, Winston. Why, thank you. You talking to Winston or me? Waka waka. Alright. Why, thank you. I don't know what you mean. Oh, freedom. Yeah. Let's just put that on just in case. It's about to get onto his tricky sides. There we go. Ready, steady, here we go. Ready, steady, here we go. You hear his please step away from the vehicle alarm? Yeah. That's what that sounds like. Waka waka. Other one. Other side. Other side. Wow. Alright, he doesn't want me to get in there, so we're gonna have to get a little creative. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. This little guy is a Persian. This little guy is a cute little Persian. Okay. Let's open up his tail. Make sure that's nice and open before we get it wet. What is the secret to a beautiful comb cut? Even though this is a blade velvet, brushing. Lots and lots of brushing. You did it. You did it. Let's do it. Right this way. Right this way. He's like, what's going on now, people? There we go. There. Wee-hee. Does it get any cuter? Not really. Not really. Yeah, I don't think it ever goes back in. You can see the edges of it, it's all dried out. No, you're in timeout. Any reason you want to? You want to guess why? Because you were silencing people yesterday who were trying to be nice to me and trying to comment and compliment me, and you were silencing them. So you're in timeout. So that's how that works. that's how that works. It is a pedestal platform, right? And I learned that technique from a man from Madrid who grooms his Persians for the cat show. His whole setup is absolutely amazing. His name is Tony Kardashian. Sort of like Kardashian, but with an at the end. Kardashian. Yeah, you could say it's like a shag cut. We call it a, well, if you keep the mane, then we call it a Liger. So it's half lion, half tiger. A tiger means it's the same length all over. That's the pattern. So there's two components to any haircut, the length and the style. So for him, we're doing a 4 velvet Liger, which is almost the equivalent of a comb cut, right? It is the equivalent of a comb cut, only you're using a blade instead, right? Wee. All right. And tail. Let's open that up a little bit. It'll let me. It's a compass cat. You know what a compass cat is? It's when they insist on pointing a certain direction. They're not happy with any other direction. Are you a compass? I'm not sure, Stacy. I'm not really sure. I don't think you know where I'm coming from. You know, I just had an account that I worked on for 4.5 years with over 200,000 followers just go bye-bye. So I'm a little leery of people right now, okay? Just a little bit, right? All right, there. All right, let's do his eyes. Are you even going to bring your tongue in? Was it ever going? He's like, nah. It's just permanently there. Got it, Stacy. I got it. Now, if you don't mind, we're going to go back to the grooming of the cat, okay? We're moving on, okay? There. There. And other side. Yee. Good laddie. His staining is the same color as his coat, so it's hard to tell that all of that staining is in there, right? Hence why you always want to work with white washcloths, right? Look at the show. Because he was born and bred for perfect temperament, right? Yeah, this little guy, born and bred for perfect temperament. Somehow he ended up in a rescue. You just never know why. The backstory, why these beautiful cats end up in They usually come with backstories, but sometimes they don't. Or sometimes it's just, you know, the owner passed away and the family just is not interested in cats, right? And that's usually when a family member conveniently leaves the door open so the cat can go outside. That's how they deal with that a lot of times, right? You know, I asked my thank you, Grinchy. Thank you, Grinchy. I asked my dad's new wife after he passed away what happened to his three cats. You know, my dad has a daughter who was a cat groomer. So I inquired what happened to his 3 cats. You know what the response was? Oh, they were old. Let's all pause for a second. That was the response. So can we just imagine what the fuck she did with those 3 cats? Yeah. What a bitch. What a bitch. Yeah. In what world is that even remotely acceptable to respond in that manner? Right? What are you doing? He's like, I'm just trying to help. Oh, thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Francesca. They were old. Let me guess. You put all 3 in the kill shelter and disposed of them conveniently. I mean, that's what I guess happened, but I don't know, like 4 or 5. He's a youngin'. He's a young gun. He's a young gun. Yeah. You have seven rescues, so you work with rescue cats. I want you to remember this link, themainlion.live, because on that link is information on working with the CBD products that have been available for 6 years and how to make hemp-infused kibble, which isn't on the market. It's not on the market yet, but some of our clients here at our salon are working and making it themselves, and every single family, 5 so far, have their own different reasons why they're making it for their cats at home. And it's just been the most amazing thing. For one family, they're making the hemp-infused kibble because these cats were fighting and territorial lines were being put up in the house. And after about a week, all of the cats stopped fighting when she put the hemp-infused kibble out. Every cat stopped fighting, right? And then when she ran out of the kibble, in about a week, they all started fighting again. But in theory, if you kept cats on the hemp-infused kibble long enough, I would imagine it's a behavioral modification tool. In time, it'll teach them to all get along, right? Might take a year, but yeah. Just so you know, don't you know, I don't have a link for the cookies yet, but we do have a link for the oil. And that's in the main lion.live. Thank you, Daryl. There was a company I was using for cookies, recommending it to clients, and that was called Happy Garden. But there was just a lot of complaints with the website, right? There was just issues with the website. So we're looking for a new cookie to recommend to people. All right, and rinse. I didn't use cream rinse. What I did use was a protein treatment called Thick and Thicker by Chris Christensen. Thank you, Nohara. Thank you, Nohara. You hope it goes well. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I hope things go well with you too, Nahara. Maybe that's just communication, the way they say it and wherever you come from. In America, you don't, that's not quite what people say. In our country, we say, good luck. Why do you have to keep projecting what you think is happening onto the cat and how you feel? Where is the sadness coming from? Why don't you back up your statement? Most people who understand cat language will know from their eyes, their body language, their ears. Where is this sadness that you're referring to? You need to back up your statement. And if you can't, you're going to go. Just saying. Emma, you need to back up your statement. On this channel, that's what happens. You want to make a statement as though you know what the hell you're talking about, you need to back it up. And if you can't, it's because you're full of shit. And then you're going to get the you know what, right? That's how it works here. Yeah. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you. You did it. You did it. Well, we gave you plenty of time to back that up. Right? But you couldn't. Bye, Emma. It's been nice not knowing you. Anyone else want to come on here and make statements they know nothing about and then not even being able to back up the statement? Let's give you a good, I don't know, 60 seconds, Carlos. We'll give you 60 seconds to back up your damn statement, right? What you fail to understand, or maybe you don't understand, is that the video captures the truth. The video captures what's happening, right? Your interpretation of what you think is happening may not gel with what the video is capturing, right? Because everyone's going to see what they want to see, right? We gave Carlos 60 seconds to back up his damn statement, and he couldn't. So guess what happens next? Bye-bye, Carlos. If you can't back up your statement, you're going to get the, you know what? The boot. The boot. Which is different from asking questions. But people who want to come on here and make statements like they think they know what they're talking about, but they can't back it up. That's a bye-bye. That's a shut the fuck up. That's a I don't think so. That's what that is. Thank you, Dreamsy. Thank you, Dreamsies. It's ruby, pink quartz, mica. I forget. I don't really know what some of them are. They're just pretty. And other body. And other body. Splash, splash, I was taking a bath all on a Saturday night. Yes. Don't traumatize your kitties. They will tell you if they're not happy, right? Just like this video is capturing this cat doing absolutely nothing, which means that you can't back up your statement either. So, bye-bye. See ya. The one thing about this tub is it has high walls, and those walls are blocking the cat from seeing anything that's going to trigger them or seeing a way to escape. The only escape route, wall, I'm a wall, is here. Hence why every cat is going to point in that direction, because there's an opening about this big where the cat can escape. So that is what they have their eyes set on, right? Now, if you talk to your handyman, if you talk to a handyman, they should be able to convert one of those utility tubs. The utility tubs that you see in the basement, like next to the washing machine, if you put legs on one of those, higher legs, and then have the your carpenter or utility guy cut an opening, you could make a tub just like this one, only it's made out of like a hard resin. It could work. This one is over $1,000, so not exactly, you know, not exactly budget friendly, is it? That's this channel, Kevin, this channel is not monetized. You're an idiot, right? And yes, we have been grooming cats for, in a full-time cat grooming salon with people I'm not going out there begging for clients. They're coming to me, right? Right? See how that works? Build the field and they will come, people. Build the field and they will come. Cat people will find you because they need help with keeping their cats groomed, right? Yeah, despite what you say and despite what you believe, you're living in your own little bubble, which is not connected to the real world, right? Because in the real world, people get their cats groomed. Or else how the hell would I have a full-time cat grooming salon? Just saying, people. And why would there be hundreds and thousands of cat groomers working in a full-time cat grooming salon all around the world if there wasn't a need for it, right? Explain that. You can't, can you? Oh, because all the cat owners are just crazy? Oh, okay. It's not because the cat, you know, was pelted, you know, like the cat that we just groomed like 2 hours ago and went live with, and who needed a bath afterwards because of all of the skin irritation from the pelting. But you really just don't know what you're talking about. And it shows that right now, 90% of what you guys have to say is incorrect. That is your batting average, 90%. Just saying. That's how ignorant the public is regarding cats and cat grooming. 90% of what comes out of your mouth is incorrect. Complete ignorance, right? And you're all just being fed, and you're all just little robots and little parrots repeating what you were told, right? In my salon, when we go live, we talk about what we know, not what was told to us or what we read off of Google. We talk and share about what we know, right? You understand the difference? Reality versus fantasy, right? All right, little one. All right, little one, you did it. You look and smell marvelous. You look and smell marvelous. He's like, I do? Yes, you do. You do. Yee. Yee. You did it. You did it. Rage, you wouldn't know what rage was if it hit you in the face, lady. You know, we'll allow the video to capture and show otherwise, right? So, anyone who comes in and views this channel will have their own little perspective of what they see. They're all going to see different things, right? But who carries the truth? The video, right? The video shows the truth, right? So apparently, some kind of phenomena occurs when you join in on a live and watch a cat being groomed. Everyone sees something completely different. One person comes on and says how amazing the cat is doing, how amazing the groomer is doing. And 2 seconds later, you've got some other person saying the complete opposite. Well, they can't both be right. So how is it possible that one person can see a cat just having a thoroughly calm, enjoyable, high quality grooming, and the other person, 2 seconds later, is saying that the cat groomer is raging, the cat is being abused? Well, you can't both be right, right? So here's what we do. We let the video speak for itself, people. And you can all go shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's how it works around. Yeah. That's how it works. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. And if I was raging just now, I would recommend that you do not step foot outside of your home without someone holding your hand, because you might get a little upset with what's going on in the real world, right? God forbid. You have to cross the street and cross traffic with all those cars raging across the road with a green light, right? But they're raging. They're raging drivers. Even though the road is made for cars and the cars have the green light, they're raging. Okay, got it. Can we make it make sense, people? Not allowed? All right, well, it is what it is. Winston is probably our top 10 cutest cat client, sweetest temperament. We call this temperament Magic Bubble. Why? Because he's magical, lives in his own little world. He doesn't get triggered by anything. This is how he was born, right? Yeah. And you can't even see it or recognize it. State of affairs are pretty pathetic when it comes to cats and reading cats' behavior, right? The state of affairs of the people who tune in, who can't even recognize that. Is that your issue or mine? I think it's your issue, right? Yeah. I think it's your issue, people. If you can't recognize a beautiful magic bubble cat, no, I don't think you can recognize it. So it is what it is. The more you talk, the more you're going to expose how little you know, right? So keep talking. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't care what you have to say. You want to come on here and make statements? That's fine. But so far your batting average is 90% wrong. So why am I even going to listen to you? I'm not. So I don't know who you're talking to, but have fun with that. He's like, and shut up. Stop interrupting my spa date, bitches. You said it, Whiskers. You tell him. Yeah. You tell him. Stupid humans. I know. Waka waka. You did. You did. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, you can't both be right. You can't both be right. Keith, the cat is either pathetic, miserable, and being abused, or it's the best cat you've ever seen in the whole world. How can you and the person before you, or two, comments up, how can you both be right? That's my point, right? So, magic bubble cat means they're not really reactive. They kind of live in their own little magical world, right? Life is good, life is happy, all the time, no matter what's happening. I think he's capable of reacting when you start working on his paws. That's the only thing that he gets a little bit perturbed about. No, you stop. You stop. No, you stop. And you can't back up your statement. Right? So the comment was that I need to stop because I'm causing harm to the animal. You have 60 seconds. Oh, we need to give him 60 seconds to back up the statement. Right? If you can't back it up in 60 seconds, then he's got to go. Right? No, I'm wearing an earpiece, right? I am wearing an earpiece. I can hear every single shit comment that you guys are saying right now, right? But see, the problem is I'm grooming a cat, right? I'm grooming a cat. And sometimes with my laser focus, I'm focusing on the cat to the point where I can't hear what's being said, right? Because my focus is that intense, right? Next time, there won't be any confusion as to who it is I'm talking to. Is that better? I'll make it a point to let you know who the hell I'm talking to. Will that make things better for you? Yeah. Wow. 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 Really? You must have missed the tutorials of all the veterinarians explaining how to use a Q-tip to clean the cat's ear, right? One, if you knew anything about the design of a cat's eardrum, you would know if you took a Q-tip and stuck it straight down the cat's ear, you're going to hit what? A wall. Why? Because it turns and you hit another wall. And then it turns and then you hit another wall, right? So you don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you go on Google and look up the eardrum of a cat, okay? Look up the eardrum picture of a cat, right? And that will help you to understand that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? Yeah, that's gonna help you to understand. Like, I literally watched a YouTube video on this channel, on this app. The vet came from Australia. She was explaining how to clean the cat's ears, right? She was using a Q-tip, God forbid, right? She was also explaining exactly how the eardrum of a cat works, right? The diagram of an ear of a cat. You take a Q-tip, go straight down the ear canal, you're gonna hit a wall. And there's another right-hand turn, you're gonna hit another wall. It is impossible, is what I'm saying. It is impossible to take a Q-tip and hurt a cat's ear unless it's just full of bloody polyps. And you really shouldn't be messing with an ear full of bloody polyps, right? So y'all come on here like, yeah, you're making statements. You're not asking questions. You're not being nice. You're just making statements like you think you know what you're talking about, and you don't. So shut the fuck up. Just saying, people. You really don't know what you're talking about, right? If there was someone who knew what they were talking about, I would appreciate the conversation, right? I would allow the comment section to stay on, but you really don't. And at this point, we need to do a cleanup in aisle 2. It's a really great time. A really great time to clean up in aisle 2, right? There. I'll clean. Alrighty. There you have it. The cutest little cat in the world. And apparently it's not good enough for you goddamn trolls out there, right? He is one of our top 10 cutest magic bubble cat clients that we have in our salon, right? And all you want to do is shit and trash all over me, all over my salon, and all over one of my dearest and cutest cat clients, right? You guys are full of shit. You can all go somewhere else. Have a nice, wonderful rest of your day. With all due respect, people. Isn't he cute? Yeah, too adorable, obviously, for the general public to either recognize or handle or appreciate. Alright, well, he's in the dryer box drying, getting ready for his final finishings of his longer number 4 Liger cut. You can do a 7F, which is what we do with the velvet length. You can do a 7, but if you want it longer, you can do a 4. And that's one way to bypass having to use a comb cut. Sometimes when you're trying to get a comb attachment through a coat, it's not going to go through, right? Whereas if you use a blade, it's going to go right through it, right? That's one of the advantages to working with a blade attachment when you're working with certain kinds of coats, right? So his brother is a beautiful, let's give him a stage name, the magnificent, manly meerkat. He's a Scottish fold, short Scottish fold. His his brother, right? And he's up next. And what we'll probably do is start his grooming with him in the tub, right? Sometimes when you are grooming cats, some cats will go straight onto the grooming table for, you know, nail trimming, sanitary clip, things like that. But there's other cats where you can just take them straight to the tub and start them that way. So that would be the magnificent manly meerkat, his brother. Right? So we're going to get started on him in 2 seconds. And there you have it. One of the cutest little boys. Magic bubble cat. Couldn't be any more perfect. Yeah, it was a hailstone fire in the comment section. It seems the more calm the cat is and the better the cat is, the more triggered the feral community becomes. Why is that? Because that cat is not fitting their narrative in their scrawny little brain, right? That cat is not fitting their narrative. Therefore, they project hate upon this live. They project hate upon everything because it's destroying their narrative, right? Which is apparently a narrative that's only happening in their brain, and it has nothing to do with the reality of what's happening in our cat grooming salon, right? And what's happening in our cat grooming salon is a cat born and bred for perfect temperament, one of the top 10 cat clients in our salon, for the sweetest temperament, just the sweetest everything, right? Including the parents, who are the sweetest parents ever, right? And then all you want to do is come in and turn on that spigot, right? I equate it to raw verbal sewage from a treatment plant, right? The spigot of raw verbal sewage. And every once in a while, me as a content creator has to turn that off. Why? Because you stink. Waka waka. What's wrong? What's wrong? All right. Now his brother, the magnificent and manly meerkat, is the complete opposite. The complete opposite of that guy, right? This guy, miserable, right? Not every cat is going to be liking their grooming. But as a cat groomer, what you're going to do is look for their tolerance level, right? And try and work within their temperament, right? He's not happy. And he's probably never going to be happy until his owners treat him with something, right? Usually something that could help this guy have a better grooming? Absolutely. Are the owners aware of it? Yeah. They've just chosen not to, right? And I'm not requiring it because his levels aren't that high, right? If they were, I would intervene. If they were, I would intervene and I would require the owner to pre-treat their cat. But his stress levels are just simply not that high enough for me to require that, right? So we just work around it, do the best that we can, right? Try to make some lemonade out of lemons, right? Now, I used to have a British short hair, which is very similar to this guy. He's a classic tabby Scottish fold, and I used to have a classic tabby British, almost the same exact coat, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is use the refurbish, pull out a lot of that dead undercoat. This is made in Australia. It's designed not to hurt that guard hair, and just try to pull out the undercoat, right? So, capiche? Capiche. Yeah. Capiche. Well, I know. You're not happy. You're not happy. No. And he's an open mouth pant. So, if we can't get that to subside, we're just going to pass on the grooming, right? Yeah. Okay. Waka waka. Here's the duck. Here's the duck. Alright, let's just try washing his two front legs first. Alright? See how he does. Waka waka, you're alright. He's not happy. So everything that everyone was trying to project onto his brother is what's actually happening with this cat. Right? There it is. There it is. Alright, here we go. Waka waka. Hee. Okay. He'll be alright. Waka waka. Just get them in the tub. Oops, sorry. Dobby. Dobby. So at this point, what we'll probably have to do is require the owner to pre-treat if he's prone to going into open mouth path, right? So at this point is where we would intervene and let the owner know that for any future groomings of this cat, they would be required to work with GABA, right? Yeah, GABA, which blocks the fight or flight signal, right? Yeah. So. Wow. Wow, wow. Waka waka. You're ready. You're ready. Oh, all right. Okay. Good buddy. Here we go. Good buddy. All right, up you go. Up you go. And sit. Good boy. And then This way. Good boy. All right, you're almost there. Almost there. Good, buddy. You did it. You did it. Okay. All right, ready, steady, here we go. Up we go. Wow. 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 Right this way. Wow. There we go. Wow. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Can you see the winter wonderland happening outside? Wowza. Wowza, wowza, wowza. You did it. You did. Could you be any cuter? He's like, no, not really. It's not possible. It's not possible. Oops. There we go. There we go. Wow. Good buddy. My British hated his bath too, and they're almost the exact same cat. What did I do with my British? I would pre-treat him with common cat oil at his therapeutic dose. So he was 12 pounds, so he got 12 milligrams, right? And then he had the perfect bath, right? Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Do you know what Q-tips are used for when you're cleaning a cat's ears? It's not to go down into the inner canal and dig down in there. It's to get into all of these superficial, up above, all of these nooks and crannies, right? That's what a Q-tip is used for. So how people can get it twisted, I don't know. Probably because they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to cat grooming, right? So, just saying. Alright, let's get you out of this one. There's your brother. There's your brother. Yeah. Waka waka. I know. He's not happy. He's not happy. Absolutely no different from my British Classic. Right? No different. Basically the same exact cat. What I'm going to do with him is do a set it and forget it. Just run a comb throughout his entire coat and then put him in the dryer box, right? Waka. Where? Where? I'm going to use a little piano comb. That's what I call it. Hee. Good buddy. Waka waka. I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There. Waka waka. You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. Mm-hmm. You're fine. I know. Mm-hmm. Waka waka. Mm-hmm. Waka waka. Probably have to turn that dryer box off in order to get him to go in there. So let's do that. Most cats aren't going to want to go into the dryer box if it's on. So let's turn that off. Waka waka. Mm-hmm. I know. There you go. Mm-hmm. 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 Go on. Mm-hmm. In. That's tricky. Little tricky. Little tricky. Cat doesn't want to cooperate. The other cat's loose. Yeah. There. He's like, what's your problem? Nothing. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Turn that on. Pee. Mm-hmm. Scratch, scratch. Alright, now. There. So we originally started this cut with a 4 blade cut with the grain, right? And we're going to finish by going in reverse with the orange palm attachment. Sometimes you want to start with a blade cut first if the coat is too thick for the comb to go through. Right. Waka waka. And then we're going to go one step down, which is the blue, right? For everything else, right? Nope, not happening. There it is. In theory, that's what you're going to do. Sometimes you have to switch things out. Your bed? He's like, maybe. Well, where is it? Where is it? Where's your bed? It's here somewhere. There it is. Steady, steady, here we go. Alright, up we go. There, good boy. Good buddy. There. No, we're not. We're not getting up. We're not going for a walk. We're not doing anything, right? No, we're staying. He's like, you're no fun. One of the beauties of grooming cats. What's wrong? Huh? You were fine. And now you're not. Okay. What happened? Hmm? What happened? What happened? Hmm? What happened? Hmm? He's like, I get scared. Yeah, well, why like the 10-minute delay? Hmm? Why the 10-minute delay? Okay. Here, let's play a game. This is what the cat's game is. Let's play a game. Let's play. I'm going to make it as extremely difficult for you to get anything done because I'm a cat. I'm not just going to stand there and let you groom me like a dog, right? So I'm going to come up with all kinds of ways to make sure that you're going to have to work for your haircut, right? It's such a fun game. It really is. One of my favorites. Let's just make it as extremely uncomfortable for you as possible so that you can't get anything done. Yay. Such a great game. There. Better? Better? game. Let's make sure she cannot do any of this. Let's play the game. Right, Winston? You smell like fish. You smell like a fish market. Not even a scruff is gonna make that happen, right? Not even a good old scruff, right? No, it's not gonna do anything. Alright, back legs. Is that done? Alrighty then. Are we there yet? Just about. That tickle? He said, yeah. Sorry. Let's play a game. What? What's wrong? You're not winning the game? It's your game. You started it. You started it. I'm gonna finish it. You started it. I'm gonna finish it. Alright, let's fill you out. Alright, this will show where you missed. not helping. She's like, I'm helping by making it really difficult for you, right? We're not going to make it easy. That's fine. As long as it's fun for one of us, right? Almost there. Almost there, little one. Okay. Out we go. Ready, steady, here we go. Are we there yet? He's like, you tell me, lady. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we're there. His mane is so thick that you don't just, you have to thin it out and then shape it. Otherwise, it's the same as his tail. See how massive and beautiful his tail is? Yeah, and the owner doesn't want that massive mane in the front, right? All right, you did it, buddy. Hee. Good, buddy. All right, say goodbye to the, what was your stage name again? He's like, you forgot already? Well, wasn't it the whimsical Mr. Whiskers? The whimsical Mr. Whiskers? He's like, yeah. Don't you forget it. Okay. This is just not working. It's not working. Do it this way. That should work better. All right. Yay! Done! Alright, say goodbye. Waka 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 waka. Hello. Hi, you almost dry? He's like, yeah. Come out of here. He's really close. He's really close to being dry. We'll pull him out and just fluff him out for the very end, right? Not sure how sound sensitive he is to dryers, but this is a really great finishing dryer. Just put it on there like that. If he'll let me. Sometimes even with happy hoodies on the cat, they can't do it because It's not the sound anymore, it's the sensation of the air hitting on them that's bothering them or making them uncomfortable. So sometimes it's not about sound sensitivity. So an extra small with 2 large should do the job to block any kind of sound sensitivity. And then hopefully we can just finish them right here. Hey, little one. Come here. Out you go. Come on, out you go. Come on, you got this. You got this. Come here. He's like, I'm not leaving. Why? He's like, I like it in here. Mm-hmm. All right, come here. Oh, we go. That. Wow. Think that's enough? Wow. You think that's enough to protect him from sound sensitivity? Yeah. Good lovey. Put on your side. There we go. Waka waka. Ready? Oh, hello. Alright, there you have it. We opted to go with the Uoc, not the Shalandi, which is 10 times more powerful, because he's such a fragile boy. He's not happy, prone to open mouth pant, so you really have to work within his stress levels. And what I'll probably do is talk to the owner about, because he went into open mouth pant several times in the bath, so we'll probably require that the owner pre-treat with GABA for him. Even though he's great for the drying, the bath is too much for him. And yeah, we don't want to be working with cats who go into open mouth pant for obvious reasons. It's done all the time. If you were to watch cat groomers over in Malaysia, it's not a deterrent for whatever reason. For when cats go into open mouth hyperbolic pant for the entire grooming, it's just not even a problem for the groomers over there. Not sure why, other than they're not being taught to stop the process when, you know, so here in America, you have to stop the process. If the cat goes into open mouth pant, there's only two reasons. Well, there's probably more. Cats will go into open mouth pant when they're in pain as well, right? But that's a rarity, right? It's usually heat or stress, right? So if you eliminate the heat and then they're still going into open mouth pant, that means it's stress related, right? In his case, it's definitely stress related, right? So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful, here in our neck of the woods, it is just a winter wonderland out there. Absolutely gorgeous. Hope y'all, if you like snow, hope you got some. If not, maybe next time, right? Anyway, thanks for joining, and we'll see you the next time we go live, which will be tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye-bye.